Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy here. I want to say hello to all my fellow Dividend investors tuning into the channel for these Robinhood updates. Love, love, love the support. So here we go. Let's take a look at how my portfolio has performed based on today and show you the rest of the specs. So today we're up $45 today and after hours, so after the market closed, we're up another $4.10. So altogether we're up about $50, which is great. That's awesome growth, especially because I didn't do anything today. So I made 50 bucks doing nothing. So next, this past week, we are up $62 or 0.38%, which is decent growth. Can't really complain about it. Anything green's positive. Next, this is where it gets crazy. So for the past month, and keep in mind, I don't think I've done anything, like switched any positions since, I can show you guys actually. Let me take a look. When was my last buy? Just to kind of get you guys caught up. So market buy, 2 shares. That 2 shares didn't count because that was me reinvesting. So I'm gonna do like orders. There we go. So I did get rid of. So the last thing I did, I bought 2 shares of Altria, or 3 shares of Altria. So I haven't bought anything since I bought ExxonMobil in September. So for the past 2 months, I've done nothing to this portfolio. I've held ExxonMobil now for a 2 month span. So for the past month, I've done literally no buys or sells unless it was dividend reinvesting. So that's no longer me putting money in. That's me using money I got from companies, so using the company profits that they pay me through dividends to make my portfolio bigger. So that's what I did when I bought those 2 or 3 shares of Altria. So cannot complain about that. So for the past 2 months, I've done nothing to my portfolio, added no money of my own, just used the money that companies are paying me, and I'm up $829 from adding that. So that's phenomenal. So I haven't put any money in myself, but companies are now paying me to the point that I'm still getting growth. So that is phenomenal. So the past 3 months, so this is including some of the stock picks and movements I've done. I'm up $2,544 or 18.3%. That is insane. I hit 13 more percent in 2 months' time, which is awesome. So since September, so since I bought ExxonMobil, and I bought it in front of you guys, I believe, I'm up 18% since I made those changes and reinvested those dividends. Next, for the year, we're up 14%. So we're 3 months a little bit higher, but only by 4%, and that's still beating the S&P. Annual return of 7%, doubling it actually. Up $2,144 or 14.78%, which is crazy. And since my all-time, and this includes my dumb stock purchases of Fitbit, CenturyLink, CXW, I didn't do the same strategy when I first started out. I think I told you guys that. I probably tell you guys that every video, but just it's still remarkable to me, and it shows that long term your short doesn't matter. As in, I bought Fitbit or Coca-Cola or Snapchat, whatever it was, the very first, say, like, day I invested, right? That no longer matters because I've progressed so much as an investor, and that no longer hinders me, right? So over time, your growth outweighs your mistakes in the market. So that just a little nugget of info for you guys there. So like short term, anything can happen, right? And for me, so when I first started investing, I did smaller stocks, I did popular in the news type stocks, and that was a mistake. And now I strictly go for dividend kings and aristocrats. Some of them on my watch list are not that, and some of them I want to do value plays because I do want to do a few deep value stocks because those have a lot of growth potential. But I love aristocrats and kings. So just a little inspiration for you guys there. If you make some mistakes in the market, don't worry about it. If you stay true to your investment goal and your investment thesis, then you're going to be making money over time. So for the year, all time, I'm up $2,000 and 14%, so double the S&P. I know I said that, but just kind of give you guys a marker there. So let's take a look at how I'm doing overall. I know I'm up on Altria big time, but let's take a look. Dang. At my positions. Keep in mind, this is not investment advice. I'm just buying and selling stocks for my own purposes. My goal for investing is to one day live off of it and be able to live better than I do now. So my goal is, right now I'm making about I'll be making about 30K at my new job. So my goal is to get 45 to 55K a year and have it like compound and reinvest dividends greater than that amount of money. So that's the goal. Is for dividend investors, you want to live free or financially free, so your investments pay for your lifestyle. But the second end of that and the harder end of that, even because anybody can get $1,000 a month, but what really makes you a good investor is being able to take out, say, $40,000 of your investment, but to have it compound enough that that 40,000 isn't lost. So you recoup what you take out every year, and then you live off a little bit more next year. So that's the goal. And a lot of people don't do that in retirement. I hear a lot of people are stuck on Social Security and really, really struggling in retirement, and that is not something I want to do. I want to set myself up now in my 20s to be more financially free than my parents ever were at their age right now. They're in their mid 40s. And so I've got 25-ish years, 21. My mom was 21 when she had me, so I have 21 years on my mom. But she started investing through her company that she works for, and she's done very, very well for herself there. But I do self-directed investing, so my goal is to actually beat her return overall year over year, and I'm doing a 401k through my company I'm going to be doing a 401k through the company I work for as well. So not only am I going to do my own dividend growth portfolio here on Robinhood, I'm also going to have my 401k growing for me as well. So I'll get that growth stock mutual fund type investing done that Dave Ramsey recommends, but I also want to put X amount of dollars of mine towards investing myself. So I'll do my 401k match, and I'll probably get like a 10% return on whatever I put in there. I think I put 5, they put 7, so I'll get like 12% of my money. Then I'll do like an extra $1,000 towards my own $800 to $1,000 of my own money into my own individual stock picks. So technically, then, if you think about it this way, I'll have a say 401k bet with my company 401k match, which is normally what people retire on. So anything I make in my own investing is extra money. So think about it that way. So like I have my retirement fund through my work 401k, but then I'm also going to have my own self-directed investing. So the goal is to be able to live off of my self-directed investments. And then if I have anything in a 401k, that's just going to help me have excess and help the compounding happen faster. And then if I get any, I doubt I will, but if I get any Social Security, that's added to that as well. And I do want to start doing some real estate investing through Fundrise, which will pay me dividends. And that real estate portfolio, plus I'll add real estate in here. I do have a couple real estate stocks that I'm looking at currently that aren't on my watch list, but I'll have real estate. So I'll have 4 streams of income technically then. I'll have my 401k through my company. I'll have my self-directed investment. So let me explain it again differently. So I'll have my 401k, right? That's what people generally retire on as their 401k. That's how you get everyday millionaire status with Dave Ramsey and Chris Hogan. Then I'll maybe have Social Security. That one's a maybe, and I'm not going to say I'm going to have that because I don't know. Then I'm going to have my own self-directed investing. So that one plus my 401k. And then on top of that, I'm going to have some real estate in my self-directed investing, but I also want to start doing like a Fundrise account, which I will show you guys that as well when I start it. You need $500. It's spread out real estate investing, and you don't have to be a landlord or a tenant, so I'm going to get real estate exposure through my own portfolio, through O, and I believe EPR. It's not on my watch list right now, but I'm doing a deep dive on it off cam. So I'll have EPR, I'll have O, and real estate, plus I'll have Fundrise. So I'll have my 401k with company match. I'll have my own self-directed investing to compound throughout my life while I'm working. Then if I get Social Security, it's just extra on top. And I'll have a real estate portfolio and have some real estate exposure not only in my portfolio for my self-directed investing, but also have a Fundrise account that is growing year over year as well. So I'll have 4 different streams of income if I don't actually get into physical real estate. So that's my goal. Anyway, sorry I didn't mean to go on a rant there, but that's my goal with this entire thing. So the reason I want to film my individual stock picks and my growth is because I want to compare it to my returns of my 401k, right? So I want to see Dave Ramsey is against single stocks, and I want to prove him not necessarily wrong, but I want to prove to myself that I can do it. And I can do it just as good as those rich hedge fund people. And you know what? Even if I come up short and I only match the market, that's pretty much what my growth stock mutual fund's going to be doing anyway. Right? So I might get like 12%. So if I even get 7 in a dividend portfolio, I'm going to be killing it, right? So anyway, That's the goal. So I want to have 4 to 5 streams of income by the time I'm 60, and I want to have different companies, different ETFs, stocks, real estate. I'll do some bonds as well when I get older. That'll automatically come with the 401k. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm supposed to be super aggressive right now, and I feel like being that aggressive um, constitutes a bunch of loss, and I don't want to have that. So I'd rather have a little bit more secure investment strategy that is has a proven track record of growing over time. Right? I want growth, dividend growth. You'll have stock appreciation in a growth stock mutual fund. You'll have dividend appreciation in a dividend individual stock picks plus dividend appreciation stock fund like that. So I'm doing the same thing technically that Dave Ramsey's doing. I'm picking safer stocks, but they're individuals instead of ETFs. So we kind of have the same but different philosophy. Anyway, I'll go over my my picks now. Sorry about that, guys. But that's raw. That's real. That's what you guys subscribe to me for. Is you guys want to hear my plans for? That's my life, right? I just literally gave you guys my life plan. 401k with a match of 7%. Then my own self-directed investing, Social Security, maybe if I get it. I'll have real estate in my own portfolio. Plus, I'll do a Fundrise investments as well. And I might get into physical real estate. That's my life right there. Next 40 years. That's the goal. Anyway, so let's dive into my individual stock picks. First, we have Altria Group, which you guys did see that I bought 3 more shares of that. But keep in mind, that was all either that was Altria money or that was AbbVie money. So at the time when I reinvested, Altria was down from my purchase price. Now I'm up $518. And the reason I love this stock is because now I have enough to almost, and if it depends on the price and where it's at, but my goal with this month is I want to have enough in Altria Group that I can buy 2 shares. And when I don't, I want to be able to turn to Coca-Cola and use Coca-Cola's dividend to help me buy another Altria share. And eventually, what I could do is I could use Altria's money to buy an Altria share and a Coca-Cola share. It's just that Coca-Cola pays 41 cents, Altria pays 84 cents. So I make 40 more cents per share per month with Altria. So it just compounds a little faster, but if I compare the companies, I love Coca-Cola. That's my favorite. That's in my top 5 favorite stocks. So next we have, anyway, sorry. So Altria is up $518, and keep in mind 3 of those are shares that they bought, and eventually they will match my total holding amount. So the amount of money I put in, they're going to match with their dividend eventually in time. And I'm up $518 on that position, which is phenomenal. Coca-Cola has been up, and it has been for a while. I know I say that I always trade sideways, but it's always up a little bit. I should change how I talk about that stock. But love Coca-Cola. It's one of my favorites. I'll buy it till the day I die. Goal there, too, once I start my new job, is to put money into that stock. Love Coca-Cola. And the reason I'm so excited about it is because this has stayed relatively close to its actual price. As you can see, compared to Altria, I have nothing in Coca-Cola. So the gains are going to be way more in Altria, but the share price has fluctuated less in Coca-Cola than it has in Altria. Right? So that means that I'm more comfortable buying more Coca-Cola, but since I have their money now, it's not going to affect my pocketbook. I'm going to keep investing in Altria Group with those dividend reinvestments. Next, we have AT&T, and that sucker has been up for a while, but it looks like they might be coming back down, which is good news for me. Yep, they're at 37.32, which is awesome for me. Here, I'll go ahead and click on them. That way it's not. There you go. So I am up $385, but down $3 today. Now, I know this sounds weird, but if you're a dividend investor, you understand this strategy. I want AT&T to tank. I want them to go back down to $29 a share, below my average cost. The reason is because AT&T, just like I said with Coca-Cola, is in my top 5. That's why it's one of the bigger holdings in my portfolio. I love them. I love telecommunications. I think they're super stable. People pay their phone bill and their electricity. If you're a consumer, you pretty much guarantee that, right? It's like buying toilet paper. People love their phones nowadays, and people need service to use them in order to stream Netflix or Disney Plus. Their phones are where their lives are at. So I feel like AT&T and Verizon are very good stocks to have. The reason I picked AT&T is because they bought Warner. I saw the Warner assets were not priced into the stock, and I bought like a fiend, right? Sorry, almost cussed. I bought like a maniac, right? So I want this stock to go down, 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 but it's not. But that's okay. I'm okay with riding a high and then really taking advantage of a low. The problem that I'm having with the stock right now is it's gone up too far for me to buy another share. So I have 62 shares. It pays 51 cents a share for right now. Hopefully that goes up before the mid of next year. And maybe that dividend increase, just like it did with the next stock I'm going to show you guys, maybe that will give me enough to be at least closer to buy another share. So at this point, they pay a 51-cent dividend, which means that I get paid $31.50 per payment. And as you can see, my average cost is $31.10. So $31.50 that I get paid from AT&T is actually enough to reinvest into a share where I bought it at, but not where it's currently at, how the stock market has it priced. So I can't do that now. So that means that AT&T dividends are going to sit there, right? So and that's the same thing with the next stock as well. If my average price, if a stock goes above my average price, I no longer touch it. I use the money to find another investment or reinvest into something that's lower in the portfolio. But the original goal is to buy enough to buy another share. So AT&T pays me and they buy a share themselves. It's no longer my money. My current principal is giving me enough interest to reinvest into that stock. And that's the goal for every single thing, every single stock. I want this portfolio to be a money-making machine, and I want it to automatically reinvest, but I want it to reinvest at or below my average price. Therefore, with this AT&T and AbbVie being the next stock, I can't do that currently. So next we have AbbVie, and this one's been a home run hitter for me. Just like AT&T and AbbVie are in the same spot. They're my two best, not necessarily growth stocks, but they've moved the most, and I've been very well poised to take advantage of those price fluctuations. And that's what you should do as a dividend investor, because the lower you buy stock at, the higher your yield's going to be. So for dividend investors, it's better if the stock goes down. Just like I said with AT&T though, same issue here with AbbVie is my average price is $72.22. Now, I'm happy AbbVie's up. That's great for investors, because if you're a growth investor, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see your company growing. It's making more revenue. It's bringing in a lot more cash flow. But the issue for dividend investors is if I buy it here, then I'm jumping up my average cost by over $10 a share, and I'm not going to do that. So now, just like AT&T, I did have enough to buy a share. Right now, I am making about $102 off of AbbVie because they announced a dividend increase, and that is why I do this. So since I bought these stocks, which is probably 4 months back, Altria Group has announced a dividend raise, which was my first holding, announced a dividend raise of 4 cents, which is $6.60 added to my total, and I didn't do anything. So like I had the same amount of shares at that point, and they announced that they were going to up the dividend, and I gained $6.60. Now Coca-Cola pays me a $6.90 dividend, so just with that one increase, I've now technically doubled my shares in Coca-Cola by holding Altria Group. I did nothing extra. I just held the stock. And so that's the goal with any investment. AbbVie did the same thing as Altria Group. They pay $1.07 dividend, but they boosted it up to $1.18. And I'm not sure how much extra that was, but I know I think it was like an extra $20 that they paid me roughly, because I was getting paid about 80 something. And according to my whiteboard now, AbbVie pays me 70.80. So I think they paid me like 56 something before, and now they're paying me 70.80. So as you can tell, 70.80 with the AT&T dividend, because keep that in mind, they pay the same month. So since I can't allow myself to buy AT&T anymore, I'm going to use the AT&T dividend on AbbVie. But now, since AbbVie's in the same place as AT&T was, I no longer feel comfortable buying AbbVie at these prices. So I can do two things. Either I can take AbbVie's dividend and I can reinvest it into something else, or I can hold that as cash, which either way is fine. But overall, AbbVie's doing phenomenal for me. So not only do we have the dividend, which has increased because they announced an increase and I've added shares, but because I reinvested their money into their own stock, which is the goal, they're up almost $900 since I bought it year to date. Because I bought it when it bought Allergen. It did an acquisition of another company, and it tends to be the case that when one company buys another, the company that's buying goes down and the company being purchased goes up. So AbbVie tanked. That's why I got it down to 72. As you can see, its 52-week low is $62. So I bought it about $10 above. So I bought it right in the middle right of its 52-week high and low, pretty much right in the middle. Because its high is 94. So I bought it at 72. So I bought it, actually I bought it near its low. I bought it more near its low than it was its high. And so I'm now reaping the benefits of that. And now I bought it at a lower price, so I have a higher yield. So for as long as I hold this stock, that yield's stuck, that yield stays where it's at. I get paid more because the dividend increase, and I'm seeing stock appreciation. But the issue, just like AT&T, is that now AbbVie's at a price where I no longer feel comfortable buying it, which means that I can now allocate that capital to something else. And this is my highest paying month, so now that means that the AbbVie money and the AT&T money can now go to the next month, which that's the next stock we're going to, Walgreens. Walgreens right now is up $4.67, a lot easier to manage than my overall $892 or that $20 jump a share that I got in average $17 a share that I got in AbbVie. Now I can apply that to these stocks because this is now my lowest paying month. So right now we only have one share of Walgreens. It's up $4. If I had more, I'd be seeing a lot more gains. So that's one of the ones that kind of I stepped on a nail there. I wish I would have gotten more. I'm kind of regretting that decision, but I allocated the capital I had when I had it. So, as an investor, you bob and weave, and sometimes you miss, sometimes you get it. But I really wish I could have bought it right there because that was $50. But anyway, but as you can see, I'm not salty about it. I will be holding Walgreens. They are a dividend aristocrat, very close to being a dividend king, so they will stay. They have a place in my portfolio. They follow my pillars of investing, and they grow. So they're a dividend growth company. So happy to hold them. I'm up $4, almost 5 on them. Next, ExxonMobil, the biggest loser in my portfolio, and in this case, that's not a good thing. Not talking about weight, talking about dollars. So I'm down $150, but that means that my 73.50. This is the inverse of AbbVie, right? So AbbVie bought it, went up. This bought it, went down. So I will be buying more shares of ExxonMobil if I can afford to. This is going to be one of the only stocks in my portfolio. Actually, I think, honestly, the only stock in the portfolio that's been down considerably over the past, 3 months since I bought it, right? Since I bought it, it's been down. Not a big deal. As you can tell, I'm not freaking out. In fact, I'm kind of raged that I can't buy more. But I'll be able to dump money into it when I start getting extra consistent paychecks again. So ExxonMobil, I'm down, but everything else kind of offsets that loss, so it's not that big of a deal to me. And then we have Target, which is a dividend king, and they are coming down a bit, which is awesome. Not a lot, though. Oh, yeah, they are. So what's the 52-week high on it? So $4 down from their 52-week high, but not even close to their low. So I bought them at 80. So just like AbbVie, I bought them at nearly 90. So pretty much right in the middle of their high and their low. So right now I'm seeing great appreciation in the stock, just like AbbVie, and they pay a 64-cent dividend. So I'm going to be getting $6.40 from them, and that should cover. And I'm up 300. I think about $390 on. Yep, $360 on Target. So now the overall goal for the portfolio is I'm going to reinvest into Altria, and if I don't have enough money from the Altria dividend, I'm going to put that in Coca-Cola. Then I'm going to do nothing with the AT&T money and the AbbVie money because I can't I'm not going to do anything for that month, excuse me, so I will be using that money. So when I get paid by AT&T, if it ever goes below my average price, I'll reinvest it. But until then, it's just extra cash. Same issue with AbbVie. I have enough to reinvest into another share, and if I feel comfortable, if it gets lower than, say, probably $80 or close to $75, I will use AT&T's money and AbbVie's dividend. Both of those companies that paid me dividends, I'll reinvest it into one of them for this month because that's my goal. But I might just say screw it, put it into something like ExxonMobil that's down, and keep building up the machine. So it all kind of depends what I want to do. And then overall for the watch list, I don't think I've added anything that I'm seriously considering. I do need to add EPR Properties because I like that one. But I think everything else has stayed. I added Simon Property Group and FRT, and they're both mall REITs. FRT is a dividend king. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know I've had that one before, but I sold it out so I could buy Altria Group. But other than that, and Costco. Charlie Munger's a big fan of the stock. I hear about their loyalty program all the time, but that one will be probably a while before I buy that. So those are the only two I've added, but they've all been on my watch list before, so you guys kind of know them. But I will add EPR Properties because I did talk that one up and I never bought it, which I totally should. I like the company. They're the only stock I found that owns school buildings technically. So I'll add EPR and they are monthly just like O. So that way I have real estate in my portfolio. So that way I have O, I have EPR, I have FRT, and I have SPG as real estate stocks. And same with McDonald's. They are also real estate. So I'll have 5 real estate holdings. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if that was a little long-winded. I know I kind of went into investment philosophy there and my overall goal for pretty much life. But that's why you guys watch. You watch for the portfolio, my deep dive and analysis and things like that. So hopefully you guys appreciate the vulnerability. If you do, leave me a like and comment below. Are there any real estate investment trusts you guys would prefer over, say, something like O? Because I don't have any real estate in my portfolio right now, and I'm a huge real estate fan. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Monday. I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. But before you leave, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell because I do post Monday through Friday unless a family emergency comes up. And if that's the case, I'll let you guys know. Or if there is a big major holiday. So those are the only 2 reasons why I will not post a video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, remember to hit the subscribe button. It means the world to me. And comment below on how you feel about the portfolio. Maybe some stocks you think I should add, anything that fits my philosophy, stuff like that. I'm happy to chat me up. Same goes for on Instagram. You can follow me at that Dividend Guys, same name as the channel. Feel free to DM me and we can talk about stocks, real estate, whatever. I love this, so I'm always happy to chat. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, tuning in every day. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new dividend investment video. Thanks.